The Israeli parliament gave a final approval to a bill delaying the deadline for passing the state budget, providing a bit of an out for this latest bitter political divide within the shaky government coalition, giving lawmakers another 120 days to avoid the government's collapse and triggering early elections. Now, it remained unclear nearly up to the midnight deadline just how the Likud party would vote on that delay. And despite the focus on the budget, the main point of contention appears to center around the issue of senior appointments, such as the Attorney General, Chief of Police, among others, based on the current balance of power in the coalition. Now, here's Netanyahu and Gantz last night.
For 100 days, I kept silent. I kept silent after the personal attacks. I was silent about the attempt to humiliate me. I was silent when I was slandered by the people in the Likud. 100 days of silence are over. And if, God forbid, we go for elections, blood will be shed on the street. And therefore, at this hour, I will not allow anybody to threaten the citizens of Israel with elections.
I do not remember ever talking about Benny Gantz since the formation of the government in such terms. There is not a single moment that these attacks are stopped on me and the Likud from within the government. But what I think needs to be done now is to join efforts. We have huge tasks, both challenges and also opportunities.
Now, our correspondent Alec Pollard is in Jerusalem today covering the latest political developments and reports from outside the Knesset.
Well, elections have been averted at least for the next 4 months until the next opportunity to pass a budget in December. But is this really that great an outcome for Netanyahu? Sources were saying that he was the one who was pushing for elections in order to get that narrow 61 or 62 majority in parliament that would make his life much easier than this very delicate unity deal with Benny Gantz. But not going to elections, perhaps because it was way too risky and the Likud was plummeting in the polls. Also, to Netanyahu's right, Naftali Bennett and the Yamina party are soaring in the polls. So if he does decide to go to elections down the road, that will also be a very difficult outcome for Netanyahu. So yes, he is still in the prime minister's seat as he has been for over 10 years now, but his position there is as weak as it has ever been.